Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Spotlight Gulf Coast is partnered with William Carey University and sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, the Trenchard Scholarship Fund, and the Butch Ostelet Foundation.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast, right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across our region, and we want to thank our sponsors for their generous opportunity. Before we get to, the second half of our show, we'll have Samantha, of course, coming on, and she'll have a guest. We're going to talk a little bit about Renaissance Runway that's coming up on September 25th. That's just in about 6 weeks. And we have with us Miss Donna Payne. And Donna, you're starting to become a regular on TV. That's starting to scare me a little bit. You're almost like
I don't think you need to worry.
I wanted you to come on because I think it is important. You know, you saw this for the first time 2 years ago. Last year you were able to walk with your granddaughter. This year you're going to walk with her again, and you're starting to see the progression of how she's growing up and stuff. But we were just talking outside. You were exposed to this a long time ago.
Yeah, she started when she was 10, and I actually, I don't know if they can see this or not.
Well, we'll
I started when I was 10. And
that's up in Newton?
Yes, Newton was a happening place back then. I guess that was in 1961. Okay. And it was a contest for the centennial. Mm-hmm. And Mother worked 8 to 5 every day, and she
the Civil War centennial.
Civil War centennial, and she came home and cooked supper, cleaned up, and then she would make my costume. So I think this was more of a costume type thing.
Right. Well,
but that was when I started, and that's when Blakely started. And it's good to get out there and expose yourself. You know, walk out in front of people and talk in front of people. So she can decide if she likes it. It's an option for her, and the more she does it, the easier it gets.
Now, you were a school teacher for your professional career. You get to see a lot of, kids maturing. And we were just talking about, those that are exposed to extracurricular activities and stuff like that.
Yes.
It gives them a confidence. The ones that like it, I just see a night and day. You see the light bulb go off.
Yeah.
They're more comfortable talking in front of people. And does that translate at home also?
Yes, it does. Back in the day, we did piano, dance, we had speech lessons. Now, cheerleading is a big thing. Mm-hmm. So that is equivalent, I guess, to taking dancing. And the girls really work hard at it. They compete.
I know.
So, and they're performing.
Right. And I know Samantha's daughter, Samantha will be coming on in just a second, and her daughter is in cheerleading, and that's a big deal with their lives. Now you're starting to see that more and more. You see a lot more of these dance, teams that come and they perform. Yeah. But when you first came to our event, it's not a small event. It's really fun.
It was really fun. It was Mardi Gras when I came. They were even throwing beads from the stage.
It was, and you've seen different themes that we put on. I think we had Barbie, and then we had Taylor Swift, and this year will be the Wicked theme. And in order to play the part in each one of those, you have a certain dress. I know last year y'all came out in what y'all were going to wear to see Taylor Swift.
Yes.
And so y'all got the opportunity to go to that, and that's an experience in itself. You know how that all transpired.
Yes.
But today you've brought with you a hat from our friend Miss Jeannie.
Yes, this is from Sadie Jane, and it's a wicked hat.
I am not
And-
as familiar with this whole Wicked and, you know, obviously the Wizard of Oz, but, you know, Wicked's you know, it's been a very big thing on Broadway for few years now, but everybody seems to know it but me. And there's what, a Wicked Witch? I remember.
Good witch. I haven't seen it.
You haven't?
None of them.
Well, we're going to actually have Elphaba, I think is her name, on the show.
I have
in a
got to
couple
watch
weeks.
it.
We've got many that are auditioning for Glinda. I think we're going to have about 30 Glindas.
Well, that's a good witch. But I think later they said, I don't know, you need to watch it.
Right.
It's witches, I think.
I think
Who's the
people,
good witch
they
and
always
who's the
ask
bad
me, what does that have to do with the fashion show? And I said, exactly. Nothing.
Well, it gives you,
just gives
yeah,
us something.
it gives you something like a Wicked, how to dress. Blakely and I are representing the Butch Osterlet Foundation.
Right.
And so we're actually representing the Derby Day.
Right.
The Butch Osterlet Derby Day. And we're going to wear hats. And Sadie Jane is making our hats. And I think, I've never seen this done, but I think we're actually going to have fresh flowers on our hats.
That's right. And, you know, I think that that's what's been so successful about this fashion show. It's not the, you know, standard, you know, by the book. There's no telling what you're going to see. You'll see somebody coming out and doing these break dancing.
Yeah, they have fun out there.
Have fun doing it, but you also get to meet people.
Yeah.
You get to meet other boutiques in your community.
Yes, and the hairdressers,
Right.
makeup people.
I know last year you and Cody got to get to know
Yes.
each other very
Yeah.
well, and he'll be back again this year. But that's what this is all about, you know, connecting your community, and you know, it's turned into one of the coast's biggest events, and you know, it's nothing to sell
it's
it
a lot
out.
of
Now
fun.
it's really more controlling it because it seems like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now, Blakely's going to be walking with you, and she'll be, you're going to be modeling what?
I'm gonna wear a dress for Miss Almond.
Okay.
And Blakely is wearing, it's a little Chanel looking suit, and we both have fascinators.
Okay.
So, and we're representing Butch Osterlet Foundation, the Derby Day.
And you'll also have Alice Mitchell and Chelsea Welch will be also representing Butch's foundation. And, you know, that's only about a month away now. When you're getting ready for these things, you start looking for, well, you probably already had it picked out the second it was talked about, but
No.
I was getting calls
Always
today. Where do
done
I
things
go?
way ahead of time.
Well, you have to. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's always some things that, you know, going to come up last second. You got Labor Day in there. So we do want to thank our sponsors, you know, with having Butch, having Keesler Federal Credit Union, Beau Rivage, you know, having these super sponsors, of course, IP,
Yeah.
you can never put on these events
Without them, yeah.
without that. And, you know, we even have the new head of the IP. He doesn't know what he's getting into. He said he would do it. And he's,
It's fun.
he's
It's
going to
really fun. He'll enjoy it.
Yeah, and I know that, you know, backstage I was watching y'all last year. Y'all were like peeking
Yeah, we were
through.
watching y'all.
Yeah, and I thought that was sort of neat.
Well,
but
Blakely said, I think when we go out there, we really should do some kind of dance or turn or something like that. But thank goodness when we got out to the end of the thing, she just high-fived me. She didn't make me turn and all that.
I'm seeing more and more where you have, you know, the kids coming out with the parent or grandparents, and that's really neat to see
Yeah.
because that's an experience that you're not going to forget. And,
Well, making memories. And I'm just kind of introducing her to doing that. If she likes to do that, I'm walking with her, and maybe next year she'll walk by herself.
That's right, and that's what we try to strive to do, and you know, hopefully then she'll be getting ready to apply for a scholarship that we can give her, and
Yeah.
off to college we go.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and again, that's September 25th at the IP Casino Resort and Spa, and I can say with total confidence, as we're going on the air right now, it'll be sold out by the time this airs, because we're right there right now. But I appreciate you stepping up, doing this, and all you've done, and you know, going to different things, and it's got to be sort of like
fun.
It is fun.
It is fun.
And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun
I have
Friday
no
night
complaints.
just going to the Humane Society.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
a lot of great causes. So
Yes,
thank you for coming
yes.
on.
Helping others.
And we appreciate everybody tuning in for this segment. Samantha Bignell is going to be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Samantha Bignell with Keesler Federal Credit Union, and welcome back on this episode of Spotlight Gulf Coast. I'm here with one of, I think, is the best people that we have on the Gulf Coast, and it is Matthew Bounds. Hi, how are you doing today?
Great, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. I have been probably a fan for years because I cannot cook, and I would just be mesmerized watching you cook and just how relatable and how easy you made it. So I knew that definitely drew me in. And then once I started seeing more in the community, I was like, wait, he lives here. And all the stuff that you were doing in the community, I was like, I need to know him. We do a lot of the same things. And I would love for you to be able to tell the whole Gulf Coast
Sure.
about what you do. So the one big thing I want to touch on is the thing that got my attention with you is the big food drive that you did. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what you did last year or this year for that?
Yeah, earlier this year, my online community all got together and we put together, I think it was over $25,000 worth of food for Back Bay Mission's food pantry and another $5,000 in hygiene items. So I posted about it because I knew that their stock was getting kind of low, and I think it was under 90 minutes they had bought out everything. And people were in my comment section saying, put more on the list, we want to buy more. So we just kept adding to the list. We filled up 2 storage units, and I think we had almost 100 volunteers show up at Back Bay Mission to help us unload it all, and we made pre-made meal bags. I think we did 400 of those. They had all the ingredients plus a recipe card. St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Gulfport printed out 400 cards for us. So Back Bay Mission was able to give away these bags that were ready to go for folks to have
And that's
a meal.
so helpful for and everybody, not just people that need it the most, but anybody that needs even a little bit of help can go and get that and get a little bit of a
Absolutely.
boost when they need it.
Yes. I think they are the only client choice food pantry on the Gulf Coast. So you can actually go in there and look at what they have and pick up what you need. So I also have to plug my online community because in June, I believe it was, I saw a Facebook post from Knox Pride Center, and they said that they were down to their last couple of cans of food on the shelves, and they were going to have to close the food pantry that weekend if something didn't happen. So usually I contact the nonprofit first, but it was just spur of the moment. I shared it with my audience, and in 2 days they received over 10,000 packages delivered to their food pantry. People also went and made monetary donations, and they paid 3 months worth of rent for the food pantry.
Oh, wow.
They got so much food delivered that they were able to share with 4 neighboring food banks and keep them afloat as well. So, and again, that all happened in the span of an evening. It just happened super fast.
And I know that sometimes in the online world, people get a little intimidated by, groups with large followings and stuff. But the way I see it is your following can make a huge difference. People working together and seeing a need, and then it doesn't seem large and unattainable when everybody pitches in together to make a difference.
Yes.
It allows people to be a part of something larger.
Yes.
And actually make a tangible difference in the communities.
Yeah, that's the biggest feedback I've gotten from people is that they like when I bring these opportunities because they know that I've already vetted the organization. They know that if they chip in, The help is going to go directly to someone who needs it. And yeah, if there's 4 million of us pitching in on something, all I need from you is a can of beans. And now we've got an entire food pantry full of food.
And I love that. I know that that's a huge thing on the coast, and it's not widely talked about. You know, food pantries or the need for food, even if you have a job or even if you have, you know, a home, you could still have issues buying groceries. We all know how expensive they are now. And another way that they could learn is your recipes.
Yes.
They make it easier to do it with not as many ingredients. What you have, like whatever kind you have, just grab it. It's something to say. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't have all of this, but I do have that. Let me get it. Full disclosure, I don't really cook. So I do sometimes, but most of the time I don't.
I get it. Who wants to?
My mother was an amazing cook, rest her soul, but I just didn't pick up the gene. Tell me a little bit more on a future fundraiser that you might have coming up, on something that you can share with us.
Yeah, so this will be the first time I've talked about it. So in September, every year for my birthday, we do a big fundraiser. It's always the biggest one of the year. Last year, we put together 700 beds for kids in foster care here on the Gulf Coast. I checked in with Elijah's Closet just last week, and they are still using that stockpile of beds. So it has truly lasted them a year. This year, for my birthday, we're actually going to do a monetary fundraiser, and I'm working with the Gulf Coast Community Foundation to set that up. Our goal is to raise $1 million, and we're going to disperse that among 20 nonprofits in 6 different states.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I can't wait. We're going to do it telethon style. I'm going to go live, and I'm going to stay live until we hit our $1 million goal. Hopefully.
Under 24 hours.
Hopefully we do it under 24 hours.
Hopefully you'll get some sleep.
Yeah, but that's the goal. Dates are yet to be determined, but I think somewhere around September 20th we'll kick that off. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to follow that, where can they find you to follow that?
Anywhere you take in social media, I'm there. You'll find this space. Just look up Your Barefoot Neighbor. Yep, and I'm there. My biggest platforms are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, but you can also find me on YouTube, Threads, things like that.
So before we take a break, which we will in just a second, I also have to pitch in that I know that coming up in, I think, November, you will be emceeing the Junior Auxiliary of Gulfport's gala, correct?
I am. Don't tell Junior Auxiliary that I have no idea how to be an MC. I'll be Googling that between now and
You
then.
have an idea how to talk to people, and that is the first thing you need to do for that. So if y'all are interested and anybody wants to come to that, you can reach out and get tickets through Junior Auxiliary, and they can see you there, and also help because it's for the kids.
I think I'm going to be in the market for a sequin tuxedo jacket.
That is amazing.
I think that's what I'm going to go for.
What about the shoes? Are they sequin or light up?
If people want them to be, absolutely.
We should take a vote.
I think we should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for sitting with us for just a little bit and catching up, and we will be right back to follow up on some new things that he has coming up too. And thank you for joining us again so that we can follow up with Matthew Bounds, who's also your barefoot neighbor, in case you're looking for him. Thank you for being with us today. We wanted to touch on something that I am really interested in your life, and that is your cooking.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your style, how you got involved, and how it evolved to where it is today?
So I never learned to cook, and when the pandemic hit and I started working from home, I was saving myself all this commute time, and I thought, I'm gonna learn to cook, and that's exactly what I did. I spent a couple of years learning how to do the basics, and a friend convinced me to start posting videos on social media, on TikTok specifically, in 2022, and I was doing all kind of stuff. I was doing the little trends and
dancing.
Yeah, I never danced. I never danced. But yeah, I was just being really goofy and having a good time. I was doing yard work and DIY stuff, and then one day I posted what I was making for dinner, and it just kind of took off, and people really liked that content, so I started doing it more. And in 2023, I had my first opportunity to write a cookbook, and I was like, well, we're a cooking show now. That's what we're doing. So it's really evolved since then. My niche, so to speak, is easy, accessible, get it on the table quick type dinners. We still have fun, and we still like to cook from scratch once in a while, you know. But that's really the focus, is taking kind of the stigma away from using prepackaged ingredients. You know, just get it on the table, because some nights is like that, and that's okay.
I can relate. School just started, and sometimes we don't get home till 6:30, 7 o'clock, and scrambling to get dinner on the table.
That's the entire month of August. Every day I'm posting back to school, easy peasy, get it on the table type recipes.
Oh, I've been watching and saving and putting them in my little cook list. I don't cook a lot of them, but they do seem very tasty. So tell me a little bit about the book that we have here.
Yes.
And a little bit more about maybe a little sneak peek of what we have to see in the future.
Yep. I wrote this one, my husband and I, last summer, and we self-published it on Amazon KDP. And we sold almost, I think, 40,000 copies the first week, and we got to #1 in cookbooks on Amazon. So the publishers started calling me, and I ended up signing a deal with Clarkson Potter, who's absolutely amazing, and they signed me up for a 2-book deal. So they picked up this one, and you can now get this one anywhere you like to buy your books. And the next book I'm writing with Clarkson Potter comes out spring 2026, and it's going to be called Keep It Simple Every Day. So it's going to be a recipe for every occasion. We have, of course, the shortcut recipes in there, but we also have a Sunday Best chapter where I teach you how to fry catfish and make hush puppies and cook for a crowd. And then we've got a date night chapter where we're kind of demystifying risotto and scallops and all these things that people find intimidating, and cooking for 2 and having a really nice dinner. So I think it's going to be a really well-rounded book that's going to be very useful.
Oh, I agree.
I'm
looking forward to it. So I know that some people love to get an ebook, like on their Kindle or something, and they have it, but I know a lot of people are like me and they love hard back books and putting them on their bookshelf or the shelf in their kitchen. So if somebody wanted to maybe get a signed book by you, how could they go about doing that?
Well, they can come to a book signing. I have those frequently, or you can always get a signed copy through Past Christian Books. Scott keeps me busy signing books over there, so every time he gets low, I'll go over and sign a stack, and he can ship them anywhere in the country. So if you go to my website, yourbarefootneighbor.com, there's a section for my books, and you'll actually see where you can order a signed book from Scott over at Past Christian.
That's amazing. That way, anybody who watches us can get their own book if they can't make it down to Past Christian.
Absolutely, and support an independently owned bookstore in the process.
Which is what we love to do.
Yes.
We love the Gulf Coast, and we love our independently owned places and our community places. That's part of the reason why we're here, is to talk about all those things. And I love books. I actually wanted to be a librarian before I graduated high school. That was my thing. I wanted to do it. Obviously, I'm not, but I feel like I'm too loud for libraries.
Yeah, I would be too. I'm pretty mouthy.
I'm just a loud person. I walk loud, I talk loud. It comes naturally. But so a lot of people I've noticed since I've been with you a few times in the past week is people know you.
They do.
And people want to know you and talk to you. I mean, we talked for hours when we first met, and we just have those personalities. But if somebody wanted to see you talk, the next time they could probably do that would be at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
Are You Smarter Than a Club Kid?
Yep.
And that is coming up on the 28th of August. And it will be at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Hospitality and Resort Management on DeBees Road. And tell me a little bit about what you'll be doing up there.
You know, I'm going to get on to Erin Rossetti and Emily Sham real quick. They asked me if I wanted to do this, and because they're Emily and Erin, I said yes, and I didn't really even know what I was getting myself into. I have not studied for it as of this taping. I think this is going to air just a couple days before the event, so I will have studied by then. But I think I'm competing with club kids. I don't have a lot of faith in how this is going to go.
Other community members, if I'm not mistaken. Have you not seen the list?
Yes, I've read the list.
It's a lot of people.
It's an impressive list.
It is.
So
they were just adding somebody today. I was like, oh, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to come watch me make a fool of myself for a good cause, please come out and see us.
And it is an amazing cause.
It is.
Keesler Federal is actually the presenting sponsor for the Are You Smarter Than a Club Kid? And the Boys and Girls Club is something that is near and dear to the credit union and me as well. I'm on the board of directors for the Jackson County Boys and Girls Club. So I do appreciate you being a part of the Boys and Girls Club fundraising and, you know, bringing awareness and making a difference. You just being there makes a huge difference, but it is a free event. So if anybody wants to come and watch you or any of the other contestants, they can. They just have to go online and register and all of that. So I really appreciate you coming on the show, and
Thanks
I hope
for
that
having
people
me.
will reach out, and if they don't, follow your videos, because I know I love them. I love the content. So
Thank you.
well, thank you for joining us today, and we really appreciate you spending your time with us, and we wouldn't be able to leave without thanking our generous sponsors for all of their support. You have a good night.